Good morning and welcome to Impromptu Tuesday. Let's talk about it. Somebody's got to say it. I'm your girl, Lavonda, and today I just want to drop a few nuggets on accountability because so many people have a problem with accountability. They get accountability mixed up. See, when you're trying to help somebody and show them so they'll know which way to go and how to do things, they get it confused. See, they think you're trying to control them, trying to tell them what to do. When in actuality, the truth is you're trying to hold them accountable. You're trying to make them be accountable. You know, it's so many entitled people who, well, they feel like they're entitled or think they're entitled to what you've worked hard for. And you're supposed to just give, and give. But they don't want to listen to anything you say or how you try to help them to get to where they need to be at. And they want to go off or be mad or be upset. Why? Because they don't want to be held accountable. At some point in your life, you got to get to the age and make a conscious decision that you're going to start being accountable for your own actions and stop blaming everybody else for where you at in life or what you don't have. It's because of what you are or are not doing. Had it ever occurred to you that you're right where you need to be at for God to use you and to make you see at the end of the day, He is the way and the only way. Sometimes you try to run back and forth to people you think should help you or will help you. God will move them people out the way. I tell people all the time, sometimes you have to make people think about the what else. What would you do if that person that you keep falling back on was not here? What if God took them out of here? What would you do? It's time to hold yourself accountable. And for the people who keep letting people use you and manipulate you or make you feel like you got to be there for them and they're grown, it's time for you to start making them be accountable. Don't let grown folks sit up and lay on you and don't want to work and stressing you out because you don't want to make them be accountable. It's time for people to be held accountable. You can't let people keep sweeping stuff under the rug and not hold them accountable. Because you got a lot of people nowadays, they will do a lot of things and then they'll try to give their way out of it or do other things to manipulate the situation because they just want to sweep it under the rug and be done with it. No, sometimes you got to come to a point where you are not okay with that. And you got to push a person to a place where they have to apologize and say, I'm sorry. You can't let people keep thinking that's okay and never apologizing. Because if you never make a person feel like they have to apologize, they'll keep repeating the same patterns, sweeping stuff on the rug, and try to go on life like it never happened. And with accountability, let me say this. When somebody tells you you love them, they love you, and you all have talked about everything, and they know things that are triggering to you, that can cause you to be upset, things that hurt you or brought harm to your life, and they trigger you, and it don't hurt them or bother them, guess what? They don't love you. They're in love with the thought of being in love with you. Because see, love will make them apologize. Or love will make them say, baby, I'm sorry. I forgot that was a trigger for you. Hold people accountable. Don't keep dumbing down yourself and going down to other people's level or their standards. Make them come up to your standards. You clean. You invite people in your home and they're nasty. Make them clean up to your. Make them clean up. Hold them to your standards. Don't go down to their standards. Hold them accountable. Because it's one thing to keep your own place, trash or nasty or dishes everywhere, whatever. But respect another person's place. Respect their boundaries. And stop getting upset when people hold you accountable for what you're dealing with because of the choices you made. People are not responsible for fixing your problems. If your back up is against the wall, the best thing you need to do is fall down on your knees and pray. Ask God to show you the way. Because like with me and my husband, we're at the point where we're enjoying our life. We're going to help when we can, but we ain't going out of the way to do nothing. Because we know that some people are in the situation they're in because of the choice they made and what they're doing. So it's not our problem, not our fault, but we're going to hold you accountable. And if you get upset when we hold you accountable, that's okay with us. It's okay. We're not going to be mad because you're mad because we're holding you accountable. Me and my husband, we realized we were one, and we started watching repeat cycles, and we came to a conclusion at the point that we need to hold people accountable because of their own choices. And we don't let people come to one and think they can just manipulate or talk to the one person and something gonna be done. No. Because I'm gonna tell you, I gotta talk to my husband. And my husband gonna talk to me. Because we're not gonna keep anything from each other. Because we're not gonna get an enemy that kind of room. See, we're gonna hold each other accountable. And 9 times out of 10, when somebody call him or ask him something or ask him about something, he gonna say, I'm gonna call my wife or I get back with you. And then he gonna call me, well, baby, you make that decision. It's up to you. Because my husband know me. He know I got standards, I got rules, and he knows I'm a disciplinarian. So I'm gonna hold you accountable for your actions. See, because us, we don't allow any and everything to go on in our home. Never have, and I'm not gonna start now. Because accountability is a responsibility to me. I'm responsible for holding you accountable to help you come up out of the rut you in or out of the stuff you in, or help you see a different light or a different way than the way you see things, because you don't want to be held accountable. You just want somebody to keep falling back on. And it's like with a lot of parents, you're going through a lot of things because you don't want to hold your grown children accountable. You want to make them feel like it's okay to keep falling back on you. You can't let them go out here and get a job and hold it for 1 or 2 months and then say, I don't care, I can give up this apartment because I can always go back home. No, make them take some responsibilities. And let them know that they can't be wanting to start all the way up here at the top. If you don't have the job to start at the top, just start somewhere. Sometimes you got to start at the bottom to get to the top. Everything ain't just going to be handed to you on a silver platter. And for the children who want to keep falling back on their parents, let me ask you a question. If you love your parents, why do you want to keep putting so much pressure on them? Why don't you want to hold your own self accountable? Why don't you want to hear instruction when people give it to you? To tell you, well, if you do it this way, you can do such and such and such. Your response, I don't want to live over there. Nah, I don't want that. I ain't going to work there. I don't want to do that. Well, then you don't want nothing because you don't want nobody to hold you accountable. You want to stress somebody else out. Do what you got to do to get to where you want to go. Hold your own self accountable and stop feeling like it's other people's responsibility to carry your baggage. Baggage you've created. It's not fair, nor is it right. And to the people who may be stressed out dealing with things that you actually say you don't have control over, but you actually do have control over because it's the choices you made. You don't have to allow people to keep falling back on you. You don't have to allow people to keep using you. Hold them accountable. And don't feel bad because you struggle to get to where you at. Why not let somebody else go through what they need to go through to get to where they need to be? Especially if you've already given them the tools to use so they don't have to go through what you went through and they still refuse to use the tools you gave them to use. That's on them. They don't want to be held accountable, but they want to be mad. But once you've given them the instructions and you hold them accountable and they don't want to listen, you shake the dust from your feet and you keep moving. Because they can either listen and learn how to be accountable, or they can pay the piper and go down through there. Accountability. It's time to make people start being accountable for their actions. Accountability. Emergencies are one thing, but just downright laziness, want to sleep and eat all day, don't want to do nothing, want to look at TV, want to be on the phone all day, want you to pay their phone bill, want you to take care of everything, buy their clothes, buy this and buy that. No. Why should you live a life of lack and stressed out because somebody else chooses to be lazy? It's time to hold people accountable. Oh, somebody gonna be mad, but I'm gonna say and do what the Lord told me to do. Accountability. Take accountability for your actions before it's too late. And don't make God have to take somebody out of here that you love to make you be accountable. Oh, he will do it if that's the only way to get your attention and their attention to make you be accountable. That's all I have to say today. I'm about to get my walk on. Y'all have a great and terrific, thankful Tuesday. Learn to be thankful and grateful. And enjoy the rest of the day. I love you and God loves you too. And thanks for tuning in to Let's Talk About It. Because somebody got to say it and I'm that girl.